Coach Kyle Pettoruto, how are you, man?
Doing good. How about yourself, Cody?
I can't complain. I told a couple other guys this. I'll tell you the same thing. I'd rather be watching you all on TV or following you on live stream, especially with your coaching staff. I'd love to be watching you on TV as opposed to talking to you over Zoom. But you know what? I'll take it. At least we get to talk baseball.
It's better than nothing, right?
Exactly. Well, listen, man. I just want to touch on a few things. First of all, thank you for taking the time to be here with me. You're entering your 8th season. Started off at Merrimack, 6 seasons at your previous stop at Bryant University in Smithfield, Rhode Island, and then incredible success everywhere you've gone. I mean, you guys won 6 straight NEC regular season championships at Bryant. You guys finished top 25 in a ton of categories across the country, stolen bases, batting average, OPS, all that stuff. I know while you were there, you guys had 2 regional appearances, which is not an easy accomplishment. But I always say it's the best college coaching trio I know, in terms of Coach Steve Owens leading the group, and you and Coach Monahan. You guys have done an incredible job in the past, and I am so happy to see where you are now in a Big Ten school at Rutgers. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the kind words. It's been a fun little journey so far. Hopefully, it's not over anytime soon. I feel old, but I'm still very young. So
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem, man, and it's well deserved. And let's get right into it. First year at Rutgers. Obviously, it's due to the times. It's not the way you hoped it went, with the season getting cut short, but it is what it is. Tell me about the program, man. Give me some information if you don't mind. First, give me some information about the school, academics.
Yeah, I mean we're the largest public university in the country. There's over 30,000 students, and we have tons of major offerings, areas of study. I think it's over 150 majors. We have the arts and sciences school, we have the business school, we have the engineering school. In addition to some agricultural stuff that's being done.
Yep.
There's a million options as far as like the academic profile. Like some of those schools they have different standards for admission. So like the schools of arts and sciences, those standards might be a little lower than the business school, which is one of the top business schools in the Northeast and
Correct.
In the country. So those standards are different, but the wide variety of offerings, I think, is pretty appealing for anybody. Some schools get pigeonholed with what they can offer. We don't. So we have that luxury for sure. So obviously you got to do what you're supposed to do in the classroom, but there's something for everybody here.
Absolutely. It's good to hear you have so much to offer too. Like you just said, a lot of schools specifically cover 2 majors that are popular and their best fits for their program. But the fact that you guys have so many makes it a lot easier for college students or high school students, as well as I do. Half of them don't know what they want to do until getting into college. So that's awesome. Well, let's jump right into it. How's the baseball program? How you liking it?
It's good. We're again, this is the end of our first year, and didn't expect it to go the way that it went. But we're fortunate to inherit a group of kids that listened and bought into the vision that was laid out by Coach and all of us when we first got there, and the expectations and the standards that are put forth kind of every day, through hard work and dedication. But it's going good. I think we have the tools that we need to really grow this thing. They gave us a new field when we got here, which is beautiful. It's all turf thing with six turf mounds, including the game mound, and we moved the fences in and the padding's redone. So that's a nice piece. And then obviously anybody that's familiar with the program, the Fred Hill Center, which is beyond our left field fence. I think it's one of like 4 or 5 baseball only facilities in the country, meaning like, so at other schools, you may have like a turf football field, but you're sharing it with the other teams, we're not sharing. We share with softball, and that's it. And our guys have 24-hour access, and everything that they need is there. Every kind of pitching machine that they need is there. Every tool, everything, and it's separate from what we got going on at our actual field. So you don't have to lug stuff back and forth. We have two of everything. So it's a really nice feature. Again, the 24-hour access to that facility alone has been big, especially with the emphasis on extra work and doing stuff on your own. Our guys have really taken advantage of that. So, but yeah, I think, going into the season, everything's different when the game starts. You think you know your team, but things change a little bit when it gets real. And I'm pretty proud of the compete level. There was certainly a new hunger and desire to be better. Our record, we were still a couple games under 500 at the end there, but our goal was just to keep getting better every game and continue to learn our team and have our team learn us, and how we interact with them during the games too is something new as well. So.
Yeah. And that's what, it is impressive, because I don't think people understand how difficult it is going into a new place, not even just for the recruitment purposes. It's getting a grasp of the team that you have or that you're inheriting, and getting them to buy into a new coach, new mindset, new culture, all those things that come with it. And I know you said you're a little under 500, but you kicked off at University of Miami and you played some good teams. So the first game in Miami, I think it was a close one too. I was watching it.
We lost late.
Yeah, it was a great game.
We were winning 1-0. I think, they tied it in like 1 second. We enjoyed it for about and then there was a controversial call there late in the game.
I saw it.
That kind of led the floodgates open, and we competed really well on Friday night, and then that was one of the most impressive pitching staffs that I've got to watch in person. And they not a lot of programs will be affected by the draft, whether it's 5 or 10. That's a program that will be severely affected, because they have a lot of top 5 or 10 round dudes on the team that weekend. So, it was cool. It was a cool challenge. Obviously, we would have liked to come away with one of those games, but they're tough.
Yeah, but you guys fought hard, and like I said, I enjoyed watching it. Very controversial call, but we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it there.
Tell me about the Big Ten Conference. We're talking, a Power 5 conference. I know all about it in terms of teams like Michigan that have been in the College World Series, and Indiana produces some big time guys. What do you think about it? How are you liking it?
Yeah, obviously talking off air a little, we didn't get to really experience it as far as the competition and what you're going to be seeing every weekend once you're in that part of your schedule. But it's exciting. That was the big lure, for coach and obviously for Brendan and myself too, was you get to compete in one of the best conferences in the country. And see how good you are, and it's been good. It's, again, I can't talk too much about it.
No, I know. And I'll leave it at I think you may have had 1 or 2 more games prior to playing. I think your first conference game was Ohio State.
Yeah, we were getting ready to get on the bus for spring break. We were going down to Florida to play Army at a new place.
That's right.
The following weekend, we were going to be at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And they were like, I think, top 3 preseason favorites.
Correct.
So it was going to be a heck of a challenge right out of the gate.
Absolutely. Well, listen, obviously you guys have had tremendous success, especially with the leadership of Owens. I know you 3 personally. I know you guys work extremely hard. And that is why you guys have so much success. But one of the things I really like to hone in on, and I think you guys are one of the greatest to do it, is recruitment. I think you guys do a tremendous job evaluating character, physical traits, so on and so forth that comes with being a recruiter. But I think you guys do a tremendous job with it. What can you tell me about recruitment, through your eyes?
Yeah, it's certainly changed, even since I got into coaching, from how you communicate with them to the exposure that they have now, to everything. It's sort of changed a lot in a short window, and you have to change, which I think we've done a pretty good job of doing. And as far as a kid, and what we look for, I can only speak to the position players really.
Yeah.
It's a team effort where we're all evaluating a kid. So, and if I see a pitcher that I like, then, I'll throw him at Brennan and throw him at coach. But from a position player standpoint, we had a model at Bryant, where we weren't getting the elite player, but we were getting a big physical, athletic kid that we could mold into something to help us win. Here we're looking for something that's pretty polished, that can still continue to get better, is further along in the development process, than the spot that we just came from. With the understanding that we need to win, and we need to win right away.
Yeah.
So it's changed in that department, but the basics, of the athlete haven't. We still are looking for that big athletic kid. We just need that kid to be a little further along than where we, than the previous type of kid that we were looking at. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
absolutely. I think you nailed the head. I mean, seeing guys that you've brought in the past, to me, you guys are a very blue collar group. And that's just my opinion, meaning, you bring in these guys and they're bulldogs. Like they're hard, nose grind guys. And, every time I've watched, a game in the past and, seen the guys you bring in, you can tell that, you're looking for athletes, but at the same time, you can see these character traits that resemble, grinders, that want to work. And you touched on it, being that you're trying to mold guys. If you're not that type of player that is athletic enough or not willing to be coached and molded, it's going to be a difficult process. What can you talk to me about, like, character traits? Is there anything in particular you all look for?
Yeah, I think, I think there has to be, you have to really love it to play for us. I think, the expectations from coach, it goes from the top down, from coach, those expectations that he has for his players to get better each and every day, those are through the roof. And then obviously that trickles down to us as assistants to push that message. While it might not be in the same way, it's the same message. And I think you really got to love it. I think you really have to, enjoy the everyday process of getting better. And then I think when you have people in your program that are pushing you, but also really are doing it because they want you to get better for you, and it's not for them, then I think you see the learning curve, shorten. I think things speed up pretty good when the kids know that you're coaching them for the right reasons, and it's not just about you. And, obviously as coaches, we want to win, but we know we can't win without the players, and showing the players that we're in it for them, has kind of been the main thing, in my opinion, that on top of all that hard work that really helps them develop at a high level.
Absolutely. I've talked to players that have played with you guys in the past. I know a few personally, and first things out of their mouth is how much you guys care and how much you guys, put in for the guys, and they can really tell that. And again, a lot of success speaks for itself. I'm glad you touched on, love the game aspect, because I think people forget, especially at an academic school like Rutgers, it's a grind. It's one of those things where, you're in the Big Ten conference, Power 5 conference, trying to prepare for what's ahead. And then at the same time, you know, you got study hall and you're going on trips and you're with your, you know, academic advisors, and it's kind of a nonstop weekday load. Would you agree?
Yeah, no question. I think that's certainly a part of it, you know, where you really have to love it with all the expectations that are put upon you. There's also, oh yeah, I'm a student athlete and I got to go to class.
Right.
I have to meet all of my requirements and all my assignments. And, you know, just like we're there to help them in baseball, there's people that are there to help them academically, and they have to show, you know, the same dedication to them that they show to us and then some. So yeah, it's tough. There's, especially in this league too, for us with where we're located, you know, we got 2 bus trips, you know, on a given year, and that's if we're playing Maryland. That's if we're playing Penn State that year, you know. Everywhere else is a plane. So you're talking all those conference weekends on a plane, then you're talking the 4 weeks prior to conference play on a plane. It was a grind. I think that was kind of the hardest, not hardest, but just most different thing.
Oh yeah.
For us as coaches was like, you know, at Bryant we had 2 flights a year, and then here we're you know, Pete, our ops guy, is booking 12 flights on a year. We're like, holy smokes, you know, and that piece really wears on you. And then, you know, you get back to campus at 2 or 3 in the morning on a Monday, and you got class, and then you're expected to push some weights around too. And you know, it's a grind. It's hard. It's again, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Well, sign me up, man. I'm in. I miss it, but like at the same time, it's, you know, I think a lot of people, especially in the business I'm in, it's focused on the physical trait. You know, people touch on academics and the importance of GPA and SATs, and it all means the same. But in the end, it comes down to the passion behind it. Because, you know, I've been through it. You've been through it. You're still currently in it. Like you said, you're arriving at school at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you got an 8 a.m. class that day. It's not fun, but if you love it, it is what it is. And you know, you miss it when it's gone. I'll tell you that. Well, listen, that's all I wanted to touch on today. I had a blast, and I'm glad we could do it. Like I said, I sincerely wish I was watching you all play on TV, especially entering the conference play, but I'll take this any day. It's always good to talk a little baseball. And please tell Coach Owens, Coach Monahan I said hello. And, you know, we'll be looking forward to watching you guys develop as a program. And no doubt in my mind, you guys do great things over there.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I hope, you know, everyone's safe out there with everything that's going on. I hope, you know, we can hunker down and get through this together. And
absolutely.
And brighter days are coming.
Absolutely. Stay safe, and hopefully, we'll maybe be able to see each other in person this summer. Or
I hope so. I got to get back to New England. I got to get back to New England. I got to see my so.
We miss you over here, man. All right, man. You guys stay safe. I'll talk to you.
See you, man.